Down at the bottom of the Grand Canyon is a lone grave for Reese Griffiths that is maintained by the national park. It is located on the side of the trail along the Colorado River, about 500 yards west of the Black Bridge. There is a small plaque that helps people understand that Griffiths was killed while building the trail along the river. But who was he, and how did it happen? Reese Griffiths was born in 1873 in Pennsylvania. His very large family had become members of the Mormon Church and moved to Utah when he was 10 years old. Griffiths became a miner and farmer, and in 1900 he moved to Fredonia, Arizona, about 70 miles from the north rim of the Grand Canyon. He married Lucy Jensen, a trained midwife and nurse. Life was hard as they raised 5 children. Their first home burned down. Griffiths built a dam north of Fredonia. He and Lucy would haul rocks by horse team to the dam, which still stands today. In 1908, Griffiths was hired by D. Wooley's Grand Canyon Transportation Company at the North Rim. He worked as a guide for several years, taking tourists down to Russ Camp near present-day Phantom Ranch. He also helped operate the scary cable tram that took travelers across the Colorado River. When Grand Canyon National Park was established in 1919, Griffiths became a park employee. As Phantom Ranch was being constructed in 1922, he was the foreman of a trail team improving the trail along the north side of the river from the new swinging suspension bridge to Phantom Ranch. During construction work on February 6, 1922, Griffiths, age 48, set off a massive successful blast for the trail. He was excited and phoned up to the superintendent's office on the new telephone line, reporting the good news that the blast would save them weeks of work. He and 2 other men returned to the site and attempted to pry loose a mass of rock left by that blast. At about 5 p.m., as Griffiths was descending a rope, loose rock from above fell on him, crushing him. He remained conscious but was critically injured. One leg was severed, the other broken, and his back crushed. His ribs were also broken, and he had a serious head injury. His friends carried him to a tent at Russ Camp, and the tragic news was telephoned to the South Rim. Chief Ranger Charles Smith and a nurse Lillian Caddy started down Bright Angel Trail to try to help until a doctor could arrive the next morning. They descended the trail in moonlight. Meanwhile, Griffiths' Mormon friends tried their best to comfort him, dressed his wounds, and gave him a religious blessing. But at about 9:30 p.m., he lost consciousness. Ranger Smith wrote,
"We arrived at 11 o'clock and went immediately to the tent where Reese Griffiths had been taken. It was evident that if not dead, he was very low.
They had been too late. He had died 15 minutes earlier. His friends watched over his body during the rest of the night. In the morning, they were about to carry Griffiths' body out of the canyon, but decided that they should bury him near the site of the accident. A carpenter at Phantom Ranch constructed a coffin that was lined with clean white sheets that were brought down from El Tovar Hotel. In the afternoon, the coroner arrived and held an inquest which determined that death came as the result of a tragic accident. On Griffiths was found a small fortune of $290, valued at nearly $6,000 today, and a gold watch, which was later delivered to his widow, Lucy. On the next morning, all work stopped at Phantom Ranch. Ranger Smith wrote,
"We draped the coffin with the American flag and proceeded to the spot selected for burial, a quarter-mile distance, and crossing Bright Angel Creek twice, arrived at the grave.
The small company of 17 men all removed their hats, and Smith said some words stating that it was appropriate that he be laid to rest near the spot where he had spent a great portion of his life, beside the trail that he built. It was said of Griffiths,
"He was a fun-loving person, always enjoying a good joke. He loved to dance, and if there was any music around, he would always be tapping his feet."
His wife Lucy continued to live in Fredonia, and died in 1967 at the age of 85. Reese and Judy Griffiths have more than 100 descendants living in Utah, Arizona, and across the United States.
This video was written and produced by Davy Crockett for the Grand Canyon Historical Society. Visit us at grandcanyonhistory.org. Help us continue to preserve and share the history of Grand Canyon by becoming a member of the Society. Also, use the subscribe button below to receive more videos like this one.